All right, so we're back with part 2 of the weathering stations lab. We did numbers 1 through 4 on here. We did exfoliation of rocks, vinegar and salt and copper pennies, broken versus whole antacid tablet, and chalk with water and vinegar in part 1. Again, now we're going to do part 2, so we have 4 of them left, and then there are some questions at the end. And once again, if you have accelerated, this is the general copy, so your copy is going to look a little bit different in accelerated. So just kind of keep that in mind. But the stuff that I'm showing you will be the same for general and accelerated classes. So number 5, what you have to do is you have to look at there's sugar cubes that were shaken together with gravel. Now the things right here used to be white cubes. They're made of sugar. So sugar is pretty soft when it's in a cube form, so it does break down pretty fast. But all I did was put them in here and shook them up, and you can see now they're more of a ball shape as opposed to being a cube, and they're really dark in color. So quite a bit has changed with these sugar cubes. They almost look like rocks at this point. But that's number 5, the sugar cubes and gravel. Number 6 is a full water bottle in the freezer. And so here I have water bottle that's frozen. There's a red line that's there, and that's where the water was before I put it in the freezer. So you can see it's all the way up to the top. It's starting to melt a little bit. You can see it moving. The water is all the way up here at the top. So after it froze, we've talked about what happens with water when it freezes. After it froze, you can see that it's changed quite a bit. But this is number 6. Number 7 is water on steel wool. So we started out with steel wool, which looks like this. It's just kind of like it's pieces of steel that are in a fibrous shape. And we put water together with the steel wool, and you can see based on the color what is happening to the steel. So keep in mind what happens to steel. It starts to do something in the presence of oxygen and water. Finally, the last one is plant root growth, and I have a picture to show you for this one. So here is a tree that's starting to grow in a rock, and notice that it's right in the crack of the rock. And over time, something is probably going to happen to this rock once this tree gets bigger. Right now, the tree isn't very big at all, so there's not a whole lot happening with it. But in time, as the tree gets bigger, the roots are going to get bigger, and something is going to happen to that rock. Finally, there are some questions to do on the back side. That's it for the different stations. But there are some questions to do on the back side. So there's 7 of them in general. I think Accelerated had 1 or 2 more questions. But make sure that you have those done, and when you're done, turn it in to your teacher. If you have any questions or anything, you can ask your teacher about it, and I'm sure they can help you out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.